Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel here. So today's video is going to focus primarily on the application of Gliss 2.0. First thing you're probably going to ask yourself is like, well, first, before I even get started, I want to thank Avi and Corey for sending out the new CarPro products for me to test out, try out, and share my user experience with all of you here on the channel. Avi's been sending these out to me straight from Korea for quite some time, and I'm pretty sure he reached out to Corey to send these products out to me. And again, I appreciate both those guys for sending the stuff out my way. So first question is, you're probably gonna ask yourself, like, what is Gliss? So I've been using Gliss for quite some time. Before even C-Quartz UK 3.0 came out, C-Quartz UK 2.0 was susceptible to water spotting, and it wasn't the slickest coating. And so one of the workarounds was to come out with a top coat, and that's when Gliss came out. So Gliss, like for example, here's Gliss version 1, which is unopened. I'm probably going to give this away in this video, so stay tuned to the end. So Gliss came out, and the reason behind Gliss was, number one, to add anti-static properties, number two, to add increased hydrophobics, and number three, to add that water spot prevention that C-Quartz UK was susceptible to. That's what this was designed for. Again, very slick on the surface as well. So again, C-Quartz UK was not the slickest coating. Even now, it's better now than when 2.0 and actually even the previous version 1 first came out. So that's what Gliss is used for. And so you're probably asking yourself, well, what's the difference between Gliss 2.0 and the first version? Well, they've increased its overall durability. It tells you right here on the box: increased slickness, increased durability. They increased the water spot protection properties of it. So they've and I believe it's I don't have my phone with me on me at the moment here, but I believe that is now oleophobic. Again, it's a good property to have on there. So not only is it hydrophobic, but it's oleophobic to resist oils and whatnot on the surface. So again, better durability for those of you who live in harsh winter conditions that have to deal with salt and all that. This is designed to be better than this. So the way you would use this, you can use this standalone if you want. Again, it's just not going to perform as good as a traditional coating, but you can use this. Maybe it's an entry point for you to go for it. So again, you would use C-Quartz UK, for example, as your base, and then you would top it with Gliss like this, or D-Quartz Go would be your base, and then you would top it with Gliss as your top coat, because D-Quartz is not the slickest coating. And then just from my use, it's not that durable. It's not that hydrophobic, and that's what this will come into play. The only coating I wouldn't use Gliss on top of is SIC, because this already has better properties than Gliss in terms of it's slick already, and it's designed to handle water spots better. Again, this is a standalone coating on here. And again, I'm going way back before SIC was a thing. TiO2 was the coating in its place, and so a lot of people were using a base layer of C-Quartz UK as to take advantage of the hardness from UK, and then they would top it with TiO2 to achieve that anti-water spot and chemical resistance. And so again, this is still a favorite combo. It's now is UK versus SIC, because this is doing the same thing that TiO2 was doing. So again, you're probably not, and again, people were using D-Quartz Go, and then they were topping it with SIC. So again, that's still a good coating option, a good coating combination. And the reason you would choose SIC versus Gliss is, in order for you to use this as a top coat, you have to wait 4 hours before your last application of UK or D-Quartz Go. So that's a long time to wait versus waiting 1 hour and you put SIC in there. So for those of you who don't have time, you can just top it with SIC. For those of you who have time, you can top it with Gliss. So again, hopefully that kind of shares that information. I know people are going to say, well, why do you even want Gliss to begin with if I have to wait 4 hours? That's a valid question. Again, that's completely up to you, personal preference. Sometimes SIC is not the easiest coating to work with, longer flash times and whatnot. This will give you an indication that it's hazing on the surface to be ready to be wiped off. So let's go over and take a look at the application here, and I'll show you what it looks like, and we'll test out hydrophobics the next wash here. Okay, so I actually saved you some time on this piece here. Let me just put all my stuff here, get rid of that pad. I actually polished this piece out with CarPro Reflect, and then I wiped it down with eraser. So actually I'm going to wipe this down because it's been sitting down here I just don't want dust on it. Okay. So I'm going to put you down for 1 second because I need to crack open the bottle here. I'm going to shake it. And there's actually World War II planes flying around today, which is kind of cool. Okay, so I'm going to load up the applicator with some product. And then, yes, you shouldn't be doing this outside, but I have no choice. Okay, so that came out quite a bit on the applicator there. Let me prep my towel as well. I'm using a fancy Kirkland towel, so sock, you should be happy. The reason for that, again, this is temporary protection. I'm going to polish it off and put the PPF on there anyway, so let's just do this. So we're going to go ahead and just apply this, and we're just going to work this into the surface. And again, you want to let this haze, so it'll haze like a wax. I'm going to take off the block because I can't get into these areas here where I want to. And I'm going to just push and just apply coating back in here to finish off this plastic trim. This is piano black trim, so let me go ahead and just, before I start wiping it off, let me put a little bit more on there because it started to dry out on me here. Because I folded the applicator in half, it was starting to kind of wipe it off, so let me put a little bit more on there because I took it off the block. Again, I'm not a big fan of the block anyway, and suede. I prefer a auto fiber style applicator. So let me go ahead and just fix this here. So let's go here and fix it real fast. Okay, there we go, that's better. Okay, I'm just going to push this in. And because I'm working outside, this thing should flash a lot faster. If you want to do crosshatch, you can do crosshatch like this. Perfectly fine, completely up to you. And we'll let that set up here and we'll see how it hazes. I don't know what the flash time is. Since it's outside, it's probably going to flash pretty quick, but it looks like this one actually does rainbow a bit. And you can actually see it. Here again, I haven't used Gliss in so long. I bought that bottle of Gliss version 1 because I was going to use it. I was going to experiment. But now this is out, and we'll just let this kind of flash on there. Actually, let me let that flash. Let's take a look at the direct instructions. I didn't read the instructions because they've been the same ever since. Here, and let's just pop open this box here. Here's the instructions here on this. So you're going to apply it. You're going to apply this thing. It says it will flash, and when a white haze forms, immediately wipe off all excess using a microfiber towel. If haze is left on too long, then reapply it and immediately wipe off. When layering, wait 1 hour in between coats. It looks like actually, okay, so if you're going to use it by itself, it's 1 layer between coats. And then if used as a top coat, Gliss 2.0 may be applied around 4 hours after C-quartz coating. So that's, or if you're going to IR cure, it's 45 minutes after application. So hopefully that kind of helps with it, and it can get wet. Keep surface dry at least 1 hour after application. Okay, so there you go, it can stay dry for 1 hour. Wipe off any water off surface during the first 24 hours after application. Avoid detergents for 5 to 7 days. Typical coating. So again, you could send this car out after 1 hour, which is pretty neat, right? Nobody wants to wait that long to keep their car before they let it go. So it should be plenty of time. There you go. So it's kind of to the point where it's completely flashed off, which is great. So gave me time to do that. And I'm just going to reach in here. After all these years, the Gliss still feels really good. Very slick top coat. If you guys are looking to, not buy another actual coating, I forget the price of this. I'll have to look at it and see which is the cheaper version in terms of top coat versus, like, if somebody wants to buy top their C Quartz UK or D Quartz Go, which is the better cost wise top coat, SIC or Gliss. Okay, so I pretty much wiped off any surface. The reason I have the lift gate up is because I didn't want to polish some of the glass here. I'm going to go ahead and hit the button, and we're going to close it. So there you go. It's completely polished and protected, and we're going to I'm just going to apply one layer again. Temporary protection here for me for this little project here until I put PPF, re-PPF this piece here. All right, so let's go back in the garage and let's talk about thoughts on Gliss 2.0. Okay, I'm gonna make you guys dizzy. Okay. All right, so what are my thoughts on Gliss 2.0? Again, the application's fairly the same as Gliss 1.0 from what I remember. Again, I was gonna go down the path of probably doing like D Quartz Go or C Quartz UK 3.0 and topping it with Gliss again, and then topping like one section off with SIC and kind of comparing it with Gliss. I still may do that. I haven't thought about it. I've been kind of just thinking about, like, what do I want to do for the next coating for the Impala? Do I want to go the D Quartz Go route? Do I want to give one of the jade coatings a go? I'll be up front, I do have CCI ceramic coating with me as well. They kind of turned me off with their customer service. That's a story for another video. So if I do CCI, then I'll share that story on there. So I may do the D Quartz Go Gliss combination on the Grand Prix after it comes back from the paint shop. So that'll be months down the line. Here, I'll probably take it to the paint shop pretty soon. The other thing I want to mention is like I said, I haven't purchased the coating since 2022 from CarPro, and I didn't notice that they come with these little cards in here, which is pretty neat, right? It has a CarPro on the one side, and then on the back has all the information you fill out for the coating. So it's a vehicle, make, model, year, VIN number, miles/kilometers, the coating that was used, and then the date of install. That's pretty cool. And of course, it does have the typical stickers you can put on the window here. Those are actually pretty neat too. So I think this is actually pretty neat touch there from the guys over at CarPro. So again, Gliss 2.0, you saw it, very user-friendly coating. As soon as you start to see it haze, that's when you wipe it off. One thing I did notice with Gliss version 1 back in the day, I think it's been through reformulations a couple times already, but I think this is the first full revision of it, is the haze would sometimes come back and you would notice it like the day after. But it'll go away after the first wash, so that means you're not removed. That doesn't mean anything bad. It's just the thing that I saw from the first version of Gliss. Like it would just come back, and then when you wash it, it doesn't come back. But that doesn't remove the Gliss after you wash it. So again, very user-friendly top coat. You can use it on top of, as I mentioned, C Quartz UK. Again, you would stack. You can do your 2 layers of this and 1 layer, or you can just do 1 layer of UK and top it with 1 layer of this. You get slickness. Better, increased hydrophobics, and that gives durability as well. And then the same thing with D Quartz Go. Since this is 1 layer coating, you would top it with Gliss to add that slickness and hydrophobics onto the surface on there. So again, overall, it's always been a very nice product. We'll take a look at the hydrophobics at a later time, probably the next wash or something when I wash the Equinox here. But again, I don't suspect that the hydrophobics are going to be bad. I think they're going to be really good. So again, that's all I have for Gliss 2.0. You guys can post your comments down below. If you guys are have ever used Gliss, go ahead and post down below. I'm interested to hear your thoughts on what you think about Gliss. I think the only thing that kind of is a turn off for Gliss, which for some people, again, if you're going to be doing top coats on there, because you have to wait 4 hours to top coat UK or D Quartz Go. unless you're going to IR cure it. Not many DIY people like myself, I don't have an IR cure. I got the sun, that's going to cure it for me. But if you're like me, you're coating your vehicle overnight, so that you would do your base layers of UK or D quartz go, and then the next morning you come in, you put Gliss 2.0. But if you want to do it all in one day, it's going to be a little difficult unless you're going to use SIC as a top coat. So I think we're going to you're going to have to balance that out as to what you want to do. So with that said, I'm going to give away the box. I have unopened box. You can see it's still sealed here, and I know it says 2022, but it's still good. I'm going to give this away, Gliss version 1. So if way to do this, just enter a comment down below, do hashtag Gliss, and I will, if you're in the lower 48 states, I will ship this out. I will pay for shipping, and it'll come out your way. So very simple. Subscribe to the channel, post a comment down below, enter hashtag Gliss at the end, and you gotta be within the lower 48 states, and then I will ship this over. So other than that, thanks for watching, guys. I will catch you on the next one. Take care, everyone, and again, post your comments down below. I'm really interested to hear what you guys think. All right, take care. Catch you on the next one. Hey everyone, I want to show you the hydrophobics of Gliss 2.0. Check this out. Very hydrophobic, very tight water beading. So that's what you're going to get with Gliss 2.0. I hope this helps. One last peek of Gliss 2.0.